Hey everyone. So we need to talk. We need to talk about word problems. And I know it's nobody's favorite thing, but it's like the whole reason math is useful. So we really do need to talk about word problems. And what we're going to do is talk about a kind of general strategy for attacking word problems. So first of all, you have to read the problem. Too many times I've seen students just kind of blast through the statement and not really know how to start a problem because they don't really know what the problem says. You want to identify what you're looking for. If I go up to you and I ask you, what are you solving for? You should be able to tell me. After that, you want to name what you're looking for and pick a variable to represent that quantity. Then you want to translate the problem into an equation. And a good way to know if you can do this is to try and summarize the problem in one sentence. Next, we want to solve the equation using good algebra techniques. And these last two steps are often forgotten but are very important. 6, check your answer to see if it makes sense. And answer the question with a complete sentence. So these are the 7 steps. It's not really the same as PEMDAS in that you have to memorize each of these steps. It's more of a common sense guideline. If you wanna memorize it, that's okay. So it would be like RINTSCA, Rinska. I don't really know what you would pick for a mnemonic. Do something like, really, I'm not taking several cracked antlers. Or remember it. Never tell someone cool abs. Yeah, so they don't really work. All right, on to an example. The sum of 4 times a number and 2 is 14. Find the number. Okay, so we just did the first part. We read the problem. We want to identify what it is we're looking for. And what we're looking for is the number. So we want to name the number something. Let's call it X. We have 4 times a number. Well, 4 times our number would be 4x. And I'm taking the sum with 2. So the parts in green there indicate I'm taking 4x plus 2. Because the word sum indicates I'm adding. And what am I adding specifically? I'm adding 4 times my number and 2. And I'm given that this is equal to 14. Now what we can do is solve. So we can subtract 2 from both sides, which gives us 4x equals 12. Then I can divide the coefficient. And I am left with x equals 3. So that's not too bad. All right, now I want to find 3 consecutive integers whose sum is negative 96. So this is a little bit less information at first glance. First thing I want to do is highlight this word here, consecutive. Consecutive means that they happen one after the other. So consecutive integers would be, for example, 14, 15, 16. Or negative 1, 0, 1. Or negative 25, negative 24, negative 23. All of those would be triplets of consecutive integers. So I want to find a triplet of consecutive integers that add up to negative 96. So I could name the first number x, and I suppose I could name the second number y, but that's not exactly helpful. What is helpful is that I know the three integers are going to be consecutive. So instead of naming it y, I can name it x plus 1. Because if x is the first number, the next consecutive integer would be x plus 1. And that would make x plus 2 the next number. So when I add x plus 1 plus x plus 2, I'm supposed to get negative 96. After collecting like terms, I have that 3x plus 3 equals negative 96. And subtracting 3 from both sides leaves me with 3x equals negative 99. So I can divide out the coefficients. And that gives me that x is equal to negative 33. But I'm not done with the question, okay? The question is asking me to find 3 consecutive integers whose sum is negative 96. So I found one of them. The next one would be negative 32 and negative 31. So that would be my final answer. All right, and for this last example here, we're going to be finding 3 consecutive even integers whose sum is 102. So I want to draw your attention to this word, even. It's going to be similar to the problem we just did, except now the consecutive integers will be even. And an example of consecutive even integers would be 2, 4, 6. So, as before, I'll make x my first integer. And since I know that these are going to be consecutive, I can write the second and third in terms of x again. But notice, it's not going to be x plus 1 this time. Because to go from an even number to another even number, we need to add 2. So actually, it's going to be x plus 2 for the second, and x plus 4 for the third. So we have x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals 102. After collecting like terms on the left-hand side, we would get 3x plus 6 equals 102. We want to subtract 6 from both sides. So we'd have 3x equals 96. And then we want to divide out the coefficient 3. So we end up with x is equal to 32. And so, again, the problem is looking for 3 consecutive even integers. So our answer would be 32, 34, and 36. And that about does it for this video.